What a time to be alive, guys. Well, the AI companies seem to want to one-up each other with their latest AI tools. Despite this rapid rate of development, Meta has been able to shock the world with its new AI tool, the Llama 3.1 AI model. Just looking at it, you know that you just have to tip your hat at Meta for what they've accomplished. Let's take a look at this amazing tool. It must be said that for some time now, Meta has actually been doing a great job with their Llama models. That said, they haven't been as impressive in the past, at least not until they gave us this current model, the Llama 3.1. One of the most amazing features of this Llama 3.1 tool is the 405B model. It is believed to be the largest and most open AI model in the world, and as such, it is making waves in the AI world. Looking at the 405B model, you'd find that this suggests that it has 405 billion parameters. Just so you guys can get a better understanding of things, parameters are similar to the brain cells of AI models. Supposedly, the more parameters that there are in an AI model, the smarter and more capable the model could be. In order to make this happen, Meta trained the model with more than 15 trillion tokens. These are said to be fragments of words, phrases, figures, and punctuation. This was such a Herculean effort that it took 30.84 million GPU hours to put together. This would produce the equivalent of 11,390 tons of CO2 emissions. As such, you can see how this is such a massive undertaking, but then again, it was totally worth it. Aside from being trained to possess 405 billion parameters, this AI model has also been trained with 16,000 Nvidia H100 GPUs. These are state-of-the-art GPUs that are integral for the handling and processing of the massive computational load that is needed to train such a large model to work. Maybe this is why, despite being so large, Meta claims that their Llama 3.1 model can go toe-to-toe with some of the best AI models in the world today. We're talking about the likes of OpenAI GPT-4 or Anthropic's Claude 3.5 Sonnet model. As bold as such a claim may be, you would find that when you look at Meta's experimental evaluations for their product, you'd find that it is actually competitive across a range of tasks. For starters, it seems to be great at generating prose. Then, there is how it responds in its chats with users. As great as such features may be, especially when they are compared to other AI models, such features do not capture the imagination as much as its openness does. You may not get how much of a big deal it is that it was released as an open-source model. For those who do not know what this entails, this means that anyone can modify or improve this model, not just those at Meta. Although there are some drawbacks to such an approach, users would find that this approach allows for a broader ecosystem of developers and companies to help build and develop the model to something even more than it is today. That way, they may even be able to help it provide more tools, applications, and services to the users. To make things even better, this openness ensures that the technology is more accessible. In turn, this means that it can be used for a wider range of applications. We're talking about anything from academic research to commercial products. To add some variety to the system, Meta also saw it fit to release updated versions of their Llama models. We're talking about their 70B and the 8B models. These smaller variants allow the user to make use of models that can support up to 8 languages, which have a much larger context window to make use of. It is so sturdy, if you will, that it can support up to 128,000 tokens. That may not be much compared to the 15 to 10 trillion tokens the much larger Llama 3.1 model is said to be trained with, but thanks to this, it can support a ton of information. Users would find that this capacity comes very much in handy when it comes to tasks such as long-form summarization or coding assistance. This is mostly where a lot of context is needed so that the AI systems could generate the best responses it can sum up. As great as Meta's new and improved Llama 3.1 model might be, it still suffers from some issues that could make it challenging to use. One of such challenges is the hardware that is required to make use of it. To make use of the 405B parameter capacity, the user will have to make sure that they have a computer that has 8,810 GB memory running at the full 16-bit precision that it was trained at. Thankfully, Meta has tried to sidestep such an issue by releasing an 8-bit quantized version of the model. This helps the user cut the memory footprint into half. For those who may not be aware, quantization is a technique that is used to reduce the precision of the model's parameters. This allows the model to run more efficiently without having to worry about significantly affecting the performance of the model. This matters because this allows developers and organizations to take advantage of the open-source nature of Llama 3.1. This will allow them to train their own models to their taste. Although there may be some that may not agree with this, such flexibility has been deemed to be important to the appeal of Llama 3.1 because this allows different organizations to satisfy their different needs with the AI model. Some may need smaller AI models to help them complete different simple tasks and classifications, while others may need larger models for more difficult tasks. Thanks to Llama 3.1's flexibility, the user can take the most advanced models so that they can continue training them with their own data. You can then take it further by shrinking them down to the optimal size for your specific use. As if this isn't impressive enough, Meta has revealed that they have decided to collaborate with several other companies with the goal of promoting the growth of its broader ecosystem. For example, Amazon, Databricks, and Nvidia are launching their full suites of services that would give developers the support they need when it comes to designing their own models for themselves. Other companies such as Grok have gone on to put together low-latency, low-cost inference serving for all the new models. Soon, these models will be available on all major clouds such as AWS, Azure, Google, Oracle, and so on. Then there are companies like Scale AI, Dell, and Deloitte who are eager and willing to help other businesses adopt Llama before training custom models with their own data. With such collective efforts working with Llama, it will only be a matter of time before Llama becomes the industry standard when it comes to these open-source AI models. As such, it may be set to bring the benefits of AI to everyone. Looking at this, one would wonder why Meta is so committed to this open-source AI model. Turns out that this drive to create such an open AI model is driven by several factors. The first of these factors is that it makes sure that they always have some access to the best technology. This will also help them ensure that they are not locked out into a competitor's closed ecosystem. One may think that this may be a bit extreme, but it looks like they have learned from their experience with the constraints that they had when they were working with platforms such as Apple. As such, with the development of such an open model, Meta and other companies are able to create more freely without having to worry about certain limitations imposed on them thanks to arbitrary rules that may be imposed by closed or more limited platforms. One of the other reasons Meta saw it fit to leave their AI model so open was that it allows for a more competitive AI landscape going forward. As we may have noticed in the last few years, the world of AI is getting very competitive. With that, it must be said that the openness of Llama 3.1 does not allow for a massive advantage due to the fact that the field seems to be evolving at what seems to be neck-breaking speeds. With the constant release of competitive, efficient, and open models generation after generation, the openness of this AI model promises to make sure that Llama 3.1 will remain at the pole position when it comes to the development of these AI models. Finally, selling access to AI models doesn't seem to be part of Meta's business model. As such, this means that openly releasing Llama 3.1 to the public would not affect their revenue. This is a massive advantage over closed model providers who can only make money by selling access to their AI models. With any luck, all these features will help Meta remain at the forefront of AI while also giving the public access to such an innovative AI model.